$500 million, but when you look at the deal, it was a team-friendly deal the way it was structured. And they went to him before they dealt Tyreek Hill. He's talked about it and said, hey, we're going to get this guy and this guy and this guy. Like, in other words, the team and him work hand in hand to make sure there's a team around him and he gets his money. Does that mean that Hurts and the Eagles have to do the same thing, or does Hurts reach for every dime here? And if he does, how do they keep this playoff thing going?
Well, it's all about the negotiation and structure of the deal, Max. You said $500 million. Essentially, at the end of his Kansas City Chiefs career, it will be $500 million. They're going to redo his deal before the start of this next season. Patrick Mahomes, that is. So it'll be some, whatever he's made already, $150 million, he'll get another $250 million of fully guaranteed money going into the season, and then they'll push some off. So by the time he ends his career, he essentially will get to that $500 million. It wouldn't all be fully guaranteed as if it's soccer overseas somewhere. Now, when you look at Jalen Hurts' situation, he's got to look at it and say, okay, what do I really want? Do I want to be the highest paid guy at this position as it stands right now? Or do I want to do a hometown-friendly discount because they believed in me? He has those sort of things along with his agent to make those decisions. He should be paid accordingly to where he's at, which is at the top of the market. Now, do you pay him Patrick Mahomes money? No, you don't. But you certainly pay him at the top of the market.
You see, Key, every step of the journey for Jalen Hurts, he's been the underdog, right? We've seen him become the underdog at Alabama. We've seen him kind of surpass, but still, even though Oklahoma not winning the Heisman, still kind of the underdog. The underdog with the Philadelphia Eagles, even though Howie Roseman took the chance on drafting him in the second round. And now he's the guy. So, for me, I have no problem. I don't want to hear anything about, is he being cap-friendly? It's good for the team. I want Jalen Hurts to think about himself, Key. If we're saying that he's a top 3 quarterback in the league, then pay this man as if he's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
And I think they will. One thing about the Philadelphia Eagles and the organization over a long stretch since I've been playing and being a part of the NFL, they've always paid their quarterbacks. Yeah. Always. I don't care if it was McFive, Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb, or Detmer, or whoever, those are starters. They've always looked out for them. Hell, they paid Carson Wentz. Okay? Mm-hmm. They paid Carson Wentz.
Hey, Jay, I think you make a good point along these lines. The NFL has a hard cap. The reason they have a hard cap, they'll tell you, is competitive balance. Complete nonsense. It's just a lie. They're lying to you. Everybody, come on. Competitive balance you can achieve through revenue sharing or a luxury tax that redistributes the wealth among the owners. But that would mean that the large market owners are subsidizing the small market owners. But when the small market owners go to the large, don't look at us, have the players subsidize you. That's what a salary cap is. That's all it ever is. Everything else is a lie. It's very simple. It's really not complicated.
Even a salary cap is a lie.
Well, right. But that's a separate side thing that we could talk about how you can manipulate it. But a hard cap is about that. So your point is well taken, Jay. In other words, what the owners say is, the labor is going to share this pool of money. It's not going to be really free market. We're going to take the rest of the money. You're capped there. Then they turn around and tell a quarterback, well, wait a minute. That needs to now be your problem, not only in terms of what you make, but in addition to that, you should sacrifice money so we could put a better team around you, or else you're being greedy. That's the GM's problem. That's the owner's problem. It's got nothing to do with me. I should get what I'm worth in this warped market that suppresses my value. I should at least get what I'm worth there and not have to worry about taking a discount because you stacked the deck. You made this system. You figure out how to put a team around.
The average number is going to be the average number. The average number is going to fall close to $50 million, right, on an average.
Yep.
But that's not the important part. The average that's an agent tool to be able to fool the media and fool Max so he can come on This Just In and say, the guy got $500 million.
I didn't say that. I said the opposite of that.
And so when you look at it, the average is cool, but how much of that average am I getting in my first 3 to 4 years of this contract? Mm-hmm. Are you giving me 4 years, $200 million over the first 4 years of this $600 million deal. $600 million deal. Am I getting $200 million fully guaranteed over the first 4 years? Am I getting the Aaron Rodgers 3-year $150? Add another onto that. That is a 4-year $200. That's the number. That's what I want. I don't care about anything year 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I can care less about that. Give me my 4 years, $200 million, and I need it fully guaranteed, and I need about $130 up on signing.
See, Kim, I think we're all on the same page here. And one of the counter arguments I've heard people use is like, well, the offense really isn't depending on him as a huge weapon. And because look what A.J. Brown brings to the table. Look at this prolific defense that we have. I've heard that counter argument.
That's all great.
And I'm saying, like, all right, the on the field aspect, the guy's 14-1 as a starter.
They were 0-2 without him.
Okay, like the overall record is ridiculous. And by the way, you can't put a price tag on all the rare attributes he brings to the table from a leadership perspective. He's always going to represent your franchise to the highest degree. Like, he is the new it.
And that's value, Jay.
1,000%.
And that's value. All of those sort of things. All of those sort of things that you just mentioned is value for the organization and the franchise. I can sell Jalen Hurts. I can go out to the streets of Philadelphia. I can go to the National Football League, and I can sell Jalen Hurts. What I mean by that is that logo, that Philadelphia Eagle logo, could be all over the country. It could be overseas. We could package him up and sell him. So that's value to my franchise. And you best believe Howie Roseman and company, they know this. Jalen Hurts' agents know this. Jalen Hurts knows this. And don't get caught up in, it's not all about him. Look at the defense. Well, every good team has players around him. And Patrick Mahomes can't just win the Super Bowl because it's Patrick Mahomes. He's just going to win it.
16-2 with him starting 0-2 without. Period.
And Key, you can tell automatically. You and I have been in locker rooms before. We've been around a lot of athletes, man. Some guys get the bag and you're like, oh, boy, that guy's going to change. He got the bag. This dude, regardless of whether he gets the bag or not, you saw the way he walked out of the stadium when they lost. He's pissed off.
Jay,
that's who he is, regardless.
I hope he doesn't get the bag and walk out the stadium with the bag full of money. That wouldn't be good.
There was a moment in the Super Bowl where Nick Sirianni wanted to challenge something. He was acting kind of infantile, right?
Oh, no, he wasn't challenging. That was when the call on Devontae Smith.
That's right.
The defense had walked down the field, and he was kind of like talking trash.
That's right. He was talking.
Come on back here, Kansas City. Come back here.
Exactly. I stand corrected. The point is, who calmed Coach down?
Jalen Hurts.
Do you remember what Sal Palantonio said going into the Super Bowl? I asked him, what was the difference on this just in, 2 p.m. Eastern, ESPN, Handsome Host.
Great plug.
I asked him on this just in, what's the difference between this Super Bowl and all the other Super Bowls you've covered for the Eagles, because he covered them all. He said Jalen Hurts. I said, why? Because when they won, for example, and when they went there with Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb, that was Andy Reid's team. McNabb was a great player, but that was Andy Reid's team. When Nick Foles won, he was incredible. That was Doug Peterson's team. He said, this is Jalen Hurts' team. And I thought, He said, Sirianni's done an excellent job, but it's Hurts' team. I thought, And then you saw Sirianni's behavior in the Super Bowl versus the quarterback. Like, I'm not saying Sirianni hasn't done an excellent job. Plainly, he has. But when people say, well, they have this, this, and this on the Eagles, actually, Jalen Hurts has as much value to the Eagles as anyone has to any team. He is the mature one between him and the coach. He's the leader between him and the coach. The offense works to the extent that it's basically the best in the league when he's playing. And when he's not playing, they have a hard time scoring points. Like, he's $200 million plus to me, fully guaranteed.
He is the team. It's not about Nick Sirianni's cool, but when I think of the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not thinking of Nick Sirianni. It's not even coming close. I'm thinking of Jalen Hurts. I'm not thinking of Bradbury, or I'm not thinking of Hassan Reddick. I'm not thinking about none of them. I'm thinking Jalen Hurts. So when you start to talk about the money that he deserves, you're absolutely right. It's a $200 million plus number. Now, will they get to $200 million plus on the fully guaranteed side? Just give me my 200. Let's start there. And then if you got some other little kibbles and bits laying around and you want to give them to me, I'll take them. But other than that, at least I need to touch my 200.
I need my 50 a year. I need 4 of it.
It is good.
Yeah, I need 4. I need 200. It's nothing to talk about.
It is going to be interesting to see if Jason Kelce decides to retire, because that O-line, man, that O-line is special, what they got.
Which quarterback? By the way, here it is, notable Eagles free agents. They got a lot of guys they got to pay. Fletcher Cox. Robert Quinn, Brandon Graham, Jason Hargrave, Kelsey, you just mentioned, Jason Kelsey, Bradbury, Miles Sanders, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They got a lot of guys they're going to have to pay. Which quarterback is most likely to take a Jalen Hurts-type jump next season? From he's good, we like him, we want to build around him, to, oh, wait, timeout, that's a superstar. And is there a team that's an A.J. Brown away from taking a huge step forward next season? Keyshawn, J. Will and Max, ESPN Radio.
Major question marks on this team going forward.
And I would try sign as long of a deal as he'll agree to because of his age, his character. Get it done ASAP.
Jalen Hurts.